Holy dog shit. Did anyone well, actually, no, I take that back. I was about to say, did anyone expect this? I actually was expecting this to happen at some point when DC announced they were going to be doing RWBY comics. But yes, this is an actual thing. We are getting a RWBY Justice League crossover. That's right, the Justice League is going to Remnant. Yeah. Now, like I said before, this is a comic I was expecting to happen. I really was, like, honest to God, expecting a crossover with, like, of some capacity with DC Comics when DC announced, hey, we're doing a RWBY comic. We're doing RWBY comics. I was like, alright, so how long until you do the traditional crossover with something? Because I was expecting them to cross over with, like, Justice League first and foremost, or Teen Titans. It was going to be one of those two. So this is no shock to me. This isn't really a shock to me. I was just waiting for more like, it's not a matter of if, but more like a matter of when. But still, the hype is real. Like, the hype is... It's hype! Like, I am really excited for this. I am like, holy crap, we're actually getting this. So, let's get into the meat and greens of this comic. So, this comic, we don't know a lot, but what we do know is that that from the cover you saw, the characters look a lot different. And we do know that Diana, Jessica Cruz, Clark, and Bruce are going to be in here. But as you saw, their designs are a little different, because apparently the Justice League have wound up in Remnant, and something has happened to them. So we're getting we're basically getting like a RWBY version of a Remnant version of these characters. So is this going to be like their version? Because we did see character designs for like Aquaman, Cyborg, Flash. Those Aquaman, Cyborg, and Flash are also going to be in this story. So, and their designs look vastly different. So I'm wondering like what happened to them. Like, why is their design so different? Sorry, it's the chair I'm moving around in. Why are they like so altered? Like, did something bring them here and alter them? That's the big question. Like, did something come and alter their appearance, essentially? Like, did something come along and change them? That's the big question you have to ask yourself, is that did something bring them here, and if so, what exactly did, and who has that power, and who could we see in this crossover? So, let's talk about the writer behind this, who I think is a great pick, Marjorie Bennett. Marjorie Bennett is a very underrated writer. She is... She's a very talented writer. She's been writing DC Bombshells, which is fantastic. She's also been writing the RWBY comic, so it stands to reason that she has work with both RWBY and DC Comics. So that alone is enough to give her enough knowledge to do both. So I think she was the go-to person to write write this comic. So from what little information we know is that Yang and RWBY are encountering Superman, while at the same time Blake is meeting Batman and Weiss is meeting Wonder Woman, which is weird because I would have had Weiss meet Batman because of the high society and stuff. But I get it; they're both like the stealth members of the team. Batman and Blake are like the stealth members of the group, so that makes sense. Like, all right, I'll give it to you. What else? I want to see, like, Superman's Yang's reaction to Superman, like, because obviously you're going to have a Justice League Superman fight in here. Justice League RWBY fight, because, of course, it's a crossover, it's bound to happen. So, what I kind of imagine happening is, like, Yang goes to, like, punch Superman, and she's just like... It's like in Dragon Ball Z, where, like, the character punches the new guy in the face, and they're just like, now you run. So... That's what I'm expecting. I'm also like, I want to see, like, the characters take on... I want to see, like, the Justice League take on Grimm, and I'm wondering who the villain is, or villains is going to be. I personally am hoping for Salem meeting Darkseid. That's what I really want in this comic, is Salem meeting Darkseid. That's, like, I know, Darkseid's it's the, he's obviously the character you want to use in every DC crossover, but, like, here it makes sense. Like, Salem's the big villain, Salem's the big universe of RWBY, the big villain of the RWBY universe, and Darkseid's the big villain of the DC universe. So if you wanted to have a big crossover, you might as well have the two biggest villains of their respective universes meet. Plus, it wouldn't be too hard. Like, it wouldn't be too hard to have Darkseid and Salem, like, coexist, because they're kind of like, we kind of want to just kill everything. Although Salem, for her, it's like, it's the world's longest suicide note for her, whereas Darkseid is like, yeah, I just want to destroy everything and rule over death with the anti-life equation. Could you imagine also, if we get Darkseid and Salem, picture this, Grim Parademon Grim hybrids. Just imagine that, Parademon and Grim put together. That would be perfect. Also, you would have, like, Darkseid, like Salem, has his own posse. He's got Desaad, he's got Steppenwolf, he's got Granny Goodness. Like, you can imagine Granny Goodness, like, having Cinder join the Female Furies. I don't know if this will happen or not, but yeah. There's also been, like, rumors that the villain might be the Anti-Monitor, which is equally awesome. Because if you want to have, like, someone one step over Darkseid, it's the Anti-Monitor. But yeah, I'm really excited, because, again, I was expecting this to happen. I was really expecting when DC announced that, hey, we're going to be doing RWBY comics, I was like in the back of my head, okay, so how long until you cross over with Justice League or another DC property? But it was probably going to be, it was more than likely going to be Justice League first, because that's their most marketable team. Although, I would have preferred Teen Titans, but that's just me. But Justice League is fine too. I'm also really looking forward to seeing, like, all these characters interacting with one another. I really want to see, like, just how these characters play off of one another, and I'm hoping to see, like, maybe we can get, I'm hoping we get Aquaman, some Aquaman stuff with Neptune, and just be like, hey, I heard you're scared of water, hey, here's some water for you, hey, here you go, blue hair. I'm also, like, wondering, like, how they're going to incorporate, like, the Superman powers or all of the DC powers, because, yeah, the DC universe is a little stronger than RWBY, I gotta be honest. So, I'm wondering if, like, due to this whole universe colliding thing, it's like, okay, they've been toned down or something like that. That could be the case. So, I don't know the whole story as of yet. I don't know, like, what's the whole situation. What I do know is that this will be a digital-first comic. I've noticed that DC is doing that mostly. It's funny because yesterday they announced another crossover miniseries, Batman and Scooby-Doo Mysteries, which is going to be on digital first, and then collected in 12 issues following. So, the comic is supposed to come out in the Justice League RWBY crossover is going to be starting out in March, and then it will come out in issues in April. So that's going to be cool. They didn't say, like, how many issues it would be. They didn't specify, like, how many issues the comic would be. I would imagine 6 issues. I would imagine 5 to 6 issues for the crossover, because that's usually the number as is. So, yeah. I'm really excited, and I know Jason is I sent him a message, but he's probably had a heart attack. The big RWBY fan that he is, he's probably had, like, a massive heart attack. So, if it was if it was RWBY Power Rangers, I'm pretty sure Jason would die instantly. Like, it would just be, or RWBY with Ninja Turtles, he would just drop dead when seeing the post. Like, he would just instantly drop dead. So maybe he just had, like, a mini heart attack from reading this. So I should go resuscitate Jason for to make sure he's okay, because I sent him this before doing this this video. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this upcoming Justice League RWBY crossover? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? What are you hoping the story will be, and who do you think the villains will be? Are you hoping it's team up between Salem and Darkseid, or do you think it's the Anti-Monitor? Yeah, just comment below, let me know, and once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.